How's it, YouTube? Welcome back to Talk Twins. Today we've been privileged over here with the Range Rover D350 First Edition. Now, as you can see, and I would like to shout out Range Rover, Land Rover Jaguar, Mshanga for lending us this vehicle, and also shout out to David, the sales manager who's lending the vehicle to us. Right, so we come firstly to the front of the vehicle here. Of the new Range Rover. So here we have, the features like these over here. These over here are the DRLs, which are multifunction during the day and night. These are the other matrix, and then you have the high beams as well over here that are set up. As you can go down over here, we have the headlight washers over here. As you guys can see, this is a way bigger grille than what the previous generation was. So here we come down, it's obviously added, obviously you can see over here there's more of a fender over here. We have the spotlights in here, this beam of lights over here. Here's a sensor. This car has all surround sensors, which is pretty nice for safety reasons. And here we also have the camera, which is one of the camera systems in this vehicle. As we will see inside the vehicle when we do the interior. Look at this grille, look at this chrome finish grille. This is the bronze color over here. This is the first edition, which means you get all the different types of colors in this. You get this color over here, and you get also
metallic bronze.
So this is the metallic bronze. And then, so over here, this grille over here, you can see it has these cool designs over here with the Land Rover logo in front. Then we have Range Rover spotted here, which tells you what this car really is. Okay, and then we have more sensors here, 1, 2, and 3, 4, which gives you a nice safety feature around this vehicle when maneuvering around. Okay, let's get to inside the vehicle. Now this Range Rover, as you guys can see, it's a big body over here. See by over here, first let's start with the wheels. So these are 23 inches when you get what you get in the first edition. Look at these spokes. I like how this spoke color is very subtle with this bronze color, which I like, and it's definitely a cool color for the first edition. So we come to the side of the vehicle over here. This vehicle measures 1,870 millimeters in length. As you guys can see, it's a big body. It has a height of 5,552 millimeters. And then from width, the wheelbase of this vehicle is 2,997 millimeters, which is a pretty long vehicle in my case, I think. Right, over here, so we come down here, we have these gloss black wheel arches, wheel fenders, which gives it more of a deeper look in this instance. And then over here we have when you open up this vehicle, these come out, obviously, so you can get into the vehicle. But these are nice because when you close this vehicle, they close to where it's flush, which just helps the aerodynamics when driving this vehicle. This car also has very good mirrors, as you can see over here. You can come look, Luke. These mirrors aren't that bad. They are not the biggest, I think, but they do serve their purpose. Okay, over here you can see over here we have also a gloss black finish over here on the top of the vehicle over here, which actually complements the bronze color. And yeah, we come over here, it has also the signature, which is pretty cool. And then as you can see, this car must have a good weighting depth as well as when off-roading, the ground clearance. Look how this goes up here, which means that when this car is like gonna hit a rock when off-roading, but anyways, I do not recommend you taking this car off-roading because it's in beauty, and as well as like this car is well known for off-roading capability, and I'm not doubting that, but this car for me is an urban cruiser, you know what I mean? And yeah, let's get to the back. Guys, welcome to the rear of the Range Rover. The first thing I see over here is this massive back windscreen. Look how big it is. You have so much space when maneuvering or reversing this car. But one nice feature about this car that all Range Rovers have is the reverse camera over here, which helps you around this vehicle when moving around the vehicle and when reversing into tight spaces. What also helps with the reverse camera is that you have all surrounded, like I said, all surround sensors, which would go off when you're too close to a wall, a rock when off-roading, etc. This is the new Ranger has these LED lights over here. So as we open up this vehicle, you already can see there that these are the LED indicators, which in my opinion are flash and you can't even see them, which is so cool and stealthy. And then over here, these are not coming on, but these are the tail lights, which are pretty sick. It's flush with the car over here. Over here you can also see there's quite a huge fender over here, which helps with aerodynamics again. And yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that this car weighs at around 2,370 kilograms, which is pretty heavy. And yeah, so let's move to the engine specs of this vehicle. Hey guys, under the hood of this D350 2023 Range Rover Vogue gets a 3-litre straight 6 with 258 kilowatts and 700 Newton meters of torque, getting 0 to 100 in 5.7 seconds. As guys, the 2023 Range Rover Vogue D350 interior. The interior of this 2023 Range Rover Vogue is stunning. As you can see, the door, for example. In the door, you have this plush cream Windsor leather with your memory settings right there for your doors. Your mirror adjustment, and just look at the door. Like, it's just so plush and nice. And as well as you get your you get your Meridian surround system, which is really good. Sitting in this Range Rover, the headroom, it is amazing. These seats are like really comfortable. I've sat for my matric dance. I sat in a Range Rover, the one previous, the 2021 Range Rover, and this is just that much better than the old one. The interior over here, the steering wheel. The steering wheel is a leather stitched Windsor leather steering wheel with your touch sensitive buttons over here, which operate your instrument cluster over here. As you can see, I'll just put it on for you guys. Where's the on button over there? So as you can see now that the Range Rover is now awake, you have your instrument cluster over there with your odometers and your rev button, rev cluster. As you can see here, your climate control is clearly and nicely set out with nice big buttons to play with over here. You have your heating of your seats, your auto, your sync, and obviously your climate control. This Range Rover gets a 8-speed automatic gearbox. You have your selection of your modes. This is an off-road vehicle, very capable. You see you have a nice fridge, which you can also change your cooling of your fridge, even with a nice surround lighting over there, which is really nice in this Range Rover. The layout it's just, and of course in the new Range Rovers these days, you get your mirror on your mirror over there. The infotainment system in this new Range Rover is really responsive, just like in the Defenders. I've been in the Defender and it's like really good. Like, you connect your smartphone, you have your radio, your being off-roader, you have your selection of your off-road information here, your 4x4 info, your weight sensing right there, max 0.28 meters, your TR info, and your configurable TR. If I go back to the home page over here, those are all that's a slope assist. You have your compass and your wheel info, with this car having diff locks, 2 diff locks, center and rear diff lock. Right now they are unlocked. If I go back here on this, just this infotainment system is actually really responsive, in my opinion, and your driving style. Your navigation in this Range Rover is really good. Look how responsive it is. I'm just putting my finger on the screen here, and it is actually really good. Land Rover has really done a really good job on this PV Pro system. That also comes out in the Defenders, but just sitting, and also in the Range Rover here, like I said, on the steering wheel over here, as you can see, Cameron, you have your accepting and declining of your phone calls, your voice commands, your favorite button, the diamond button, known as the diamond button, the favorite button. This car has lane assist, and your setting of your cruise control. And what's also nice, on a cold, windy day, you have your heating of your steering wheel. The 2023 first edition Range Rover also gets your heads-up display, as you can see on the dashboard over here. It is projected from this heads-up display here onto the screen. 0 kilometers, and of course the symbol for the car in park. The 2023 Range Rover first edition. As I said, in the doors in the front, you also get in the rear here, making you feel so like special in the back of this Range Rover. Obviously, get your memory settings. In this first edition, you can choose either which window, if I push this button, both windows or 1 or 2 windows, to actually close them and open them just from sitting in this seat. That window can open, that window can open. You can even open one each window. Okay, so. Also in this first edition, you also have this button which activates this light, and this button over here, which, as you can see in this first edition, you get this cloth material which is really nice when you're sitting in this back of the Range Rover. Stops the sun from like really beating on you. As I'm sitting in this Range Rover here, you get in the first edition, you get this nice infotainment screen. Right now it is off, but as the experience in this Range Rover, the screen is actually really nice sitting in the back. The headroom, as you can see, is really good here. Even though the sunroof is over here, the headroom is still really good. The seats still get the cream leather seats. These are Windsor leather, and you can obviously adjust the seats accordingly, back and forth, and also, you know, you get these nice aeroplane style seat holders. In the Range Rover, you also get your rear climate control over here, which is really handy in the back here. In the Range Rover here, you also have this button which redeclines, and it's just, and also you get also the lighting over here. Get your and your aircon. So yeah, sitting in the back of this Range Rover is really nice. I could sit in this back of the Range Rover for a really long journey, and I would be very comfortable. Boot capacity of the 2023 Range Rover. This Range Rover boot capacity is 725 liters. It's really big boot capacity. In the special edition, you also get your air suspension, your tow hitch, and obviously your air suspension down and up, and those interesting buttons over there. So yeah, as you guys can see, it also is very well lit in the back here, which is very nice when it's and you're in like a dark area or anything like that, so you know what you're taking in and out of this vehicle. Also in the back of this Range Rover, as you can see in the boots, which is very nice, you get your Meridian sound system in the back here. Oh wow, look at that. Of course your lights over there as well. And also guys, that also is one big feature on this car. While sitting in this car, as you can see, they configure you a separate tailgate over here, which is nice. It's for getting on This tailgate,
you can
as you
see
can see over here, you can get on, and you can also listen to your stereo, which is awesome.
which
right
is
over
actually
here.
really nice.
It's a really cool feature. Probably the first car that I've seen with this cool feature, which is pretty cool. So yeah,
The boot capacity of
this
the
Range Rover.
2023 Range Rover Vogue.
That's it.